Hi, I thought I would share some of my experiences with Covid-19. Um, I've had the virus and I had symptoms for 19 days, and I thought it might just be interesting to run through some of the process that and the symptoms I had over that time. So, on the beginning of April, the background was I ran the Thames Meander Marathon in 3 hours 39 as a preparation for the Italy South African Ironman event, and so I was in reasonably good health. And I went out to an evening event on the Sunday, which was with people from around the world who were also preparing to do Comrades in South Africa in June. I was working up in London, commuting by train, busy train carriages with a mask on the Monday, Tuesday, and on the Wednesday I started coughing. The person sitting next to me at work also had been coughing on the Tuesday, Spanish guy, and on Wednesday I coughed. It was a very intermittent cough. It was every 20 minutes I'd cough once. No other symptoms. I felt fine. I felt in great health. And I went into work again on the Thursday, and again intermittently I was coughing every half hour, and apart from that I felt in great shape. Speaking and thinking about it, I thought this is silly, so on the Thursday evening I decided that I would stop, and I contacted work and they told me to stay at home for 2 weeks, and also started to self-isolate in the house from my wife and my daughter as well, and the friend of us who was staying with us as well. So that was the cough, and the cough persisted, but didn't get much worse than that. And then I started getting headaches as well in the evening, and on the Thursday night I got a light headache. I get migraines occasionally, and it felt a bit like that. It wasn't particularly bad. I took a pill. Friday, I stayed at home and I started feeling I had probably a bit of a temperature, not a raging temperature, but a bit of a temperature, which lasted for 2 or 3 days. So in the aid of showing this for fun, I have shown this graph, if you see this. So here are my symptoms. The cough is the blue, the temperature, the sore throat. And the sore throat was getting pretty bad at this point from the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday. Unfortunately, the rest of my family were away. And the sore throat felt like at night and early hours in the morning, I'd wake up and it felt like somebody had been sandpaper in my throat. Really awful, to the point you wake up just that it hurting so much. And then 9 o'clock, get up at whatever time, 7:30, and the sore throat would after a cup of coffee, a glass of orange juice, would lots and lots and lots of cough strepsils, at least 2 packets, so 2 times 24, 48 strepsils over a 19-day period. So this is the yellow line of the sore throat, which went on and on and on all the way through, while the temperature disappeared after a few days. Sore throat. After about 4 or 5 days, and it really didn't feel like it was that bad. It felt like, could this possibly be the awful Covid-19? But it just went on. And after about 5 days, I started getting this chest infection as well. And that kind of went down to my chest, and I had some phlegm from that. And it got quite unpleasant, and it got worse. And that built up to about day 8. So after a week of this, that was getting quite unpleasant, and then quite rapidly I got this this shortness of breath that came in after 9 or 10 days. After 9 days, I started feeling it, and that, as you see, was by far the worst symptom I had. So the shortness of breath felt, that if I walked up the stairs, I would be breathing as if I'd done a 400-meter race, or as if I was running along, as if I was doing a marathon. it was really out of breath from just running up the stairs. Doing anything more than that was impossible. Even standing up and just not moving, I would just feel this shortness of breath. And as a show, that worked from day 9 all the way through till about day 15, and it came in across a flat top up there, and that was quite concerning, very concerning. I called NHS 111 and spent a long time on 2 or 3 minutes to get through to somebody and speaking to somebody, and I was left with the dilemma where obviously I had the virus. The only option from the phone was to call up an ambulance, and the ambulance to take me to hospital, and that was an option. Did discuss it with my wife, discussed it on the phone to NHS 111, and it really felt like I wasn't that bad. While it was concerning and unpleasant, it felt like to go to hospital would put a lot of other people out. Hospitals were busy. The hospital in Epsom is only less than 5 minutes drive away. So it was something where I could happen just like that, and we could be in accident emergency or at the front door of the hospital in less than 5 minutes. And so I did 2 times. I called on NHS 111 the first time, and another time it was quite bad, and I considered calling them again or just going to the hospital. But the symptoms thankfully died away, and quite quickly. So on day 16, the symptoms of shortness of breath and unable to breathe properly disappeared, and then all the other symptoms also flattened out, although I did continue to cough after day 19. So day 19 was Sunday the 29th of April. It's now a week later, and I'm fine. It's past. My fitness is back. I'm back running 5Ks and doing bike rides and all those kind of things, which I've built up slowly in the week to today. So those are some of my symptoms. They're different from other people's, and I think that's what a lot of people have. You're hearing in the press is that everybody has the symptoms slightly differently. For me, the temperature wasn't a massive issue. It was there a bit, but not everywhere. But there was a range of other symptoms. I didn't particularly notice this taste, losing taste, possibly, but I don't have a particularly strong sense of smell or taste from it. But it's great to be better. I will post this in the notes to this, and I wish you all well, and I hope you found this interesting, and maybe this can be of help to somebody. God bless. I would like to thank everybody who send over their well wishes when they found that I was ill, and that was really, really sweet and encouraging. And it was 19 days is a long time to be ill, probably the longest I've ever been ill by quite a long way, and that was just dragging. And so to know that people were cared and were concerned and were praying for me was really, really encouraging, and I do appreciate that. The other thing is just how hard it is to self-isolate within a house. I didn't go out for those 19 days, but within the house, so we have a reasonable sized house, and I was in a different bedroom and tried to keep away, but it's very, very challenging to do that, and I didn't do that as well as I should have done, and sadly my wife and daughter both also caught it from me, and that is fortunately both of them got through it in much less time, in about 10 days than me, and probably were not as bad as well. And there is some evidence now coming out that men are much more susceptible than women. So that seemed to be the clinical case with us as well. Anyway, thank you very much. Good night.